How's it going? This is Don. I am the Gun Muse. This is idletools.com, Idle Tools, the web channel. And if you notice, I haven't put out a lot of videos here lately because A, I've been sick, and B, the market's been kind of crazy, but not. Let's first put out the fact that, if you can go back to the videos here when we talked about when we said the market was going to decline and when we said the market was going to go up, we predicted it 6 months in advance. So why is anybody surprised? Only Twitter is surprised. Oh my God, the market is failing. It's going into the hole. We told you crypto was a scam. Uh, but we also, those in the crypto world, aren't the ones saying it. It's just Twitter. So quit believing Twitter. All right, guys. If you haven't figured out yet, every commie bastard on the planet seems to have more authority on Twitter than they would in a world where facts have to exist. Okay. Uh, what we're going to be talking about here is the Eth+Ton, T-O-N, the open network is what ton stands for. Dual mining from LOLMiner 1.43 and probably above. Uh, I've been using a lot of dual mining here lately. Uh, and to some limited success for what we've been trying to accomplish with dual mining because the market wanted dual mining, but the miners weren't ready for it. LOLMiner 1.43 is truly dual mining. It's mining two things at the same time. We got multi-processors in there. They only need a minor amount of processor to run the memory on ETH, which means that the rest of the processing time can be dedicated to Ton, which we're showing here on our screen here. Where are we at? You know what? I'm gonna blow this up. Am I? Am I really? Now I am. All right, I'm gonna blow this up so I can show you over here that I'm circling. The $9 a day that I'm making on, well, I got one rig running ETH. That I only got one rig running ETH. It's got 6 cards, and you see one of them's bad. It's actually not a bad card. It's Hynix memory, bad from the day it was designed. There's nothing wrong with the card. It actually produces more TON. So, but it also gets hotter. It's Hynix is a backdoor through various countries' memory, and it causes issues. Uh, it's Chinese memory, okay? And back when the Hynix stuff was being produced, Dell computers had almost exclusively Hynix memory in them. Always garbage memory. That's why one of the first things you did was a memory swap on anything you owned, because Hynix was the cheapest stuff a company could put in a machine. But let's focus on the dual mining. Okay, so let me go back here. $9 a day is what those what do I got over there? 7 cards? I don't even know. Uh this is my filming rig. Yeah, I got 7 RX 580s on there. Oh, I have 6 RX 580s and one 590. And the 590, in an effort to entice gamers, they had better memory in there, better overclocking, but it also runs hotter, even though it runs Micron memory on that one. You're gonna have to excuse my scratchy voice here. I just went through a good bout of COVID. For those who watch my other channel, yeah, I'm always got lung disease problems and coughing and everything else, and then I got the COVIDs, and oddly enough, everybody around me got COVID at the same time. I was like the last one to get it, even though I'm the most susceptible to it, according to every bogus thing out there. But I was the last one to get it, and I had the least amount of symptoms from it. But the coughing has irritated my throat, not the COVIDs. All right. Now, I'm going to be fair here. I played with the tunings on this quite a bit, and I was around 29s and 30s with 400 with the same TON output, actually a little higher a little bit. I've been above 500s on these tunings. and you see this one that's at 557, that's just something weird in the Hynix built memory setup of that XFX card, right? I don't like the card. I'm getting rid of the card. It's going to be on eBay. Nothing wrong with it. It's doing what it's supposed to do. It isn't doing what I want it to do. Okay, so I'm not trashing it. It's just not good for me, a miner. All right. I don't want to run this extra heat. I don't even like being at 70s, but it is where I have to be in order to dual mine. What is this? I got an invalid share on there. So we'll watch for other ones. Who knows when I did this? Now, look, I can turn this memory up right now. Okay. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll watch a response because memory is what's affecting. Now, I turned it down to 1900 versus my normal 2050 when I'm mining ETH because the heat sink is a single unit on the graphics card. Okay? If the memory's producing X amount of heat, the CPU and the GPU wasn't, now that I got the GPU producing more heat along with the memory, I've got to give up one, and boom, hundreds. Look at this. Now my fans have got to go into overgrade mode. Okay, so my fans just jumped up to 100% here because the memory is producing more heat. That heat's being applied to that same plate where the sensors are. Inside that card, it very little distinguishment of where the one versus the other. I'm not getting a ton of gain out of this. Although if I let it, there it goes, 28s. I'm gaining about 2 mega hash on this. It's not worth it. Okay, I wasn't doing bad on my ETH. Right? So we're gonna take it back down. There's a reason I'm giving up some ETH. See, we're up to the 29s. We're about up to the 30s, and I was running in I had this at the 30s, and I had these at the 500s, and it's stressing my hardware. I am begging for a failure, And right now, RX 580s, even used, are about $300. That's what I've been picking up for here. I got 2 more coming to the door here. They're about $300 on eBay when you dig around for them because ETH was going by the wayside. The need for an 8 gigabyte card went away. And when ETH 2.0 comes out, this doesn't mean anything anymore. The dual mining capability is still going to be there for 4 gig cards. I can't show you because the studio rig is what I got my 4 gig cards on right now. I will have a second rig for 4 gig cards here shortly that I'll be able to film side by side. But TON on a 4 gig RX 580 is the exact same speed as on an 8 gig. I get almost 900 megs per mega hash on a 4 gig or an 8 gig, doesn't matter. The clock speeds on those, similar clock speeds. Matter of fact, same settings on everything except for on the 4 gigs, 1750s on the memories. They don't seem to, it's a different quality of memory, not just a different quantity of memory. All right, so let's talk about the LOLMiner. And I'm going to throw some, I'm over in the Son of Tech's Discord room, and people are just absolutely freaking out. Just, oh my God, all my stuff is crashed. It's got to be. And Ton, the open network, is over there going, oh yeah, we think the problem's in the LOLMiner. Yeah, sure, you betcha. No, it's not. Guys, you've got, and people repeating it as if that was the authority of all authorities on LOLMiner was their competitor who has been, for the people who are new to Ton and probably hadn't seen the spam in their Telegram yet, hey, Ton's pushing their own miner. And I have been actively trying to get the result of the fraudulent marketing they're putting out of ours gives us 2 times what the competitive miners do. No, they're 30% less. This 500 numbers that I'm getting now in TON is only 15% less than if I use their miner exclusively. I haven't figured out how to tune their miner, not because I'm not smart enough to figure it out, because their literature has no examples for the extra config settings. None whatsoever. They also are inside Hiveos now, but haven't cooperated with Hiveos to not only set up their literature, and the same to be said with LOLMiner. So I'm throwing them under the bus too. The reason everybody thinks you suck is because you didn't hold them by the hand and explain something they don't know how to do, and they're waiting for somebody to shoot a video on it. You as a seller of the product should not be the one waiting for somebody to show a video on it. LOLminer's free, Muse. You don't know shit. No, it's not free. There's a dev fee. So if you want me to use it and make money for myself, and you're going to take 1% of my money, the dev fee, then you want me to use it properly. Okay? That's a sale. I hate to tell you, there's no commie bastards handing you free software. They're just taking your money before you get it. Oh my God. All right. So I'm going to show it the flight sheet here. I'm going to have to show you what I had to do in here. Now, deep into, there's some limits you got to put in the LOLminer. So we're going to go set up miner config. I'm going to show you what we got here. Now, there's some quirks in Hiveos that are causing you problems, and you're letting other people blame other people. Meanwhile, Hiveos is just going to blame them too. All right? Guys, if you haven't figured it out yet, IT guys are lazy. Whatever distracts from their video game is not a problem they want to deal with. Okay? This is distracting from the game. So when you're going in and you're setting up the flight sheet for dual mining for 1.43, you've got to select the 1.43 version. Okay? And I'm going to highlight this down here. I'm going to blow this up so you can see what I'm looking at. Max dual impact 3. Your number will not be 3. Okay? My RX card's number was 3. It's actually on the GitHub site. This is a problem I have with every one of these miners. They can't afford a $20 a month website where they put valid information out in a searchable format without the GitHub bullshit around it, or without trying to throw an ad on the fucking page. You're getting paid for the miner software being used properly. Make sure I can use it properly. All right? So the big dirty secret here with the LOLminer is getting your max impact thing. Every card's different. The numbers range from 0.5 from 5 to 0.5 in the GitHub software. My RX 580s can do this is a ratio number to pre-tell the LOLminer software how much of the GPU does the software need to make the ETH mining numbers you put in effective. Okay. So this is the ratio number that I have in here now. And then you saw me do the normal stuff that you've seen everybody else do. We've all done it, we've all done it for years. Long before there was mining, we were playing with these numbers. Okay, so let me get back to the overview. All right, so we went from our 29 to our 26. Like I said, this is a heat load. Okay, I don't know how else to tell you that. This is where I've determined in my farm I'm willing to deal with me getting out of 7 cards. I'm running where's it at? They tell me up here somewhere. Okay, 757 watts. That is my motherboard. That's taking into account my motherboard and this here, because nothing's over. Yeah, I got 7 cards here, but the other 50 watts, the motherboard, because it's an S37, it runs on 12 volts. It doesn't have any alternative currents. It's a very low wattage board. It barely runs any power. So what I've done here is I've got, and I'll tell you what I had here. I had these much higher. Now I'll show you. Hold on, let me make this smaller. So I can bump this up to 50s. Now these, what I'm showing you here is preliminary before. Okay, so you saw the extra config. Now whatever, and I can hear my fans winding up over there. So whatever core I'm throwing at it, that extra config number is determining what percentage of that frequency that I just increased is now going to be used towards ETH. Okay, the primary currency. So you've got to have that configured. You need to have that before you start tuning. Okay, and now let's talk about the tuning problem. I'm using Hiveos. These numbers over here that you see do not always get updated properly in Hiveos. It's like hit or miss. They always get reflected. It tells me it did it. It doesn't always happen. In fact, I get random lockups of the machine over there. Because I'm BIOS updating clock speeds in real time while it's mining. Shit happens. Okay. This is normal. This is not a bug. This is not a problem. It was not designed to do this. We're making it do something it wasn't designed to do. All right. So stop complaining that you got a bug in your software somewhere. There's no bug in your software. Your hardware wasn't designed to have this happen. And what I have to do occasionally, and while I was figuring out where I could go with my voltages, what I had to do was literally reset this machine physically, power it off, power it back on, and even occasionally go in here and force update my software. And the other thing to do is go to the overclocking and hit this sweeper button and wipe out all. Then force upgrade again and have it come back to where it does flat out zeros to reset all the configs in Hiveos. This is a little quirkiness in Hiveos, doing something that the cards were never meant to do with software that doesn't know. Got to remember, one piece of software was designed years before LOLMiner. Don't blame LOLMiner. Okay? No one thought you were going to go in there and wipe out every voltage on every card in mass format because a new piece of software arrived 2 days ago. Start fresh, build up. Go back to your defaults. Okay? Go back to your defaults and start tuning down. Trust me, you will get 100% on all these things, and you'll get some screaming temps on this dual mining. Okay? Then you need to know what your environment is and what temperature you're happy running your hardware at. Look, it's more money per watt. Hooray. But it doesn't make your equipment last longer if you treat it like crap. Okay, yes, I just showed you, I can turn this up. I just did. So I'm getting a little more ton out of that. And these temps are going up a little bit. I don't like it. It's not enough. Oops. To justify the equipment abuse. Now, I got some quirky cards in here. You see the number one card, the GPU 0. It's running a much lower ETH. That card has always been quirky. It's well, no, that's not the card that's always been quirky. This Asus is the card that's always been quirky, but all of a sudden, see, that says GPU 0. And this is another thing that I'm having a problem with, and you may not have noticed, but Hiveos is ignoring the settings on my BIOS motherboard. I got a video on how to BIOS set up the S37 motherboard. Hiveos is ignoring it and just randomly assigning PCI slots. I go add a card, remove a card. It re-randomizes where these cards are sitting in the motherboard, and I never want that. When I did the S37 motherboard, I specifically said in that video, I am setting this setting so that the software doesn't turn around and call GPU 0 GPU 4. Hiveos is doing this. Hiveos is also resetting my damn clock. I don't like it. It's my clock. It's a hardware setting. The fact that they gave software control over this, Windows 10 was when that started happening with Windows. Actually, Windows 8. But no one used 8. But the Linux has that capability to go in there and play with the clock, and Hiveos is not respecting the hardware settings. It's going in there and changing the clock to whatever their settings inside my software, but I'm setting it to mountain time inside their settings, and they're not respecting what my settings inside their software and my hardware are. They don't give a damn about either. Okay, because it doesn't affect them in money yet. They're not. It's not a bug they're fixing, right? I don't even think it's a bug anybody's bitching about other than me. And I like to go through logs and find out when something happened, and I would like the time to be right, so I know when something happened. Because I got time clocks on universal power supply backups. If I've got a hiccup in my mining farm, and I can correlate that to a power dump problem because of a winter storm, or the power plant out here gave a hit, the oil refinery, when they dump an oil refinery dump out there and they kick on the generators, whole town gets a surge. If I can time those two events together, I reset, I move on, I don't try and fix nothing. But I need to know if there was some other event that needs to be fixed, because sometimes there is. So my clocks are important to timing different events, so I can distinguish between a software event. Say the software got upgraded at 2 o'clock in the morning, but the power didn't dump until 2:35, because maybe the plant software updated at 2 o'clock in the morning as well. So if my dump happened 30 minutes before the power fluctuated, I need to chase a software problem. But if my dump didn't happen until 2:35 when the power dumped, then it's a hardware problem. Ignore it, reset it. The clock's important in troubleshooting. All right. So the point of this video was to show you that you're getting more. Don't get greedy and stupid with your equipment here. You cannot apply more heat to it just because the software said you can. All right. These are RX 580s. They, on the 8 gigabyte memory producing 31 mega hash, them and the 5700s were the two, they were the same money. You paid more for a 5700. You paid twice as much for a 5700, but you got the same profit per hash for investment in a card. So these two are on that level. Now that you can dual mine with them, we're pulling. What was it again? We were pulling. Hold on. Oh, here. This is always a pain in the ass. All right. So 933 per day on 8. So on 7 cards. That's what we're getting now with the lower rate. I was higher than that. That's $1.33 per card per day. And we're going at today's rate, what I'm getting here today. 300 divided by $1.33 is 225 days ROI on that card on just ETH. Okay. I'm getting almost 2 ton per day, which is 233, so another $5. So 933 plus $5. I'm underestimating that, I promise you. I'm getting a little bit better than that. 1433. So did I do that right? 300 divided by 1433. Yeah. So 20 days ROI on that card now. No, that's 20. That's 20. Every 20 days I can buy another card. That's what I just did. All right. I tell you what I didn't do. Okay, hold on. Don't fool yourself with your own math here. I got in my own head, right? So 5 divided by 7 cards, 71 cents, plus $1.33, right? $2.04. All right, so 300 is what I'm averaging on these things, divided by 2. There we go. 150-day ROI. So it's a 25% increase in my ROI. All right. It's not the YouTube headline 40% better, because I had to give up a little on the east side to be safe with the cards. The unified backplane of the heat. All right, we're back to a heat issue. What heat level am I comfortable with? If I thought that me turning that up a little bit and to where I got back up to 200 mega hash, I think 210 is where I was running by just my ETH, right around 210 mega hash on those cards. That I would get it back faster than the 150 days before I burn the card up. Maybe, but it's not worth it. I'm looking long term out at ETH, going, hey, ETH, you're not going to be here for much longer. And therefore, I don't need to be abusing the hardware that I may need for whatever coin's coming next. Right? As soon as I can get this to my damn 0.1 payout. Where are we at? I'm at 0.07 here. I'm done mining Hiveos pool. You holding my money has cost me money. I don't like it. All right. I got 75% more, 75% of the payout done here. At this rate, I think I'm done on the Hiveos pool in about 12 days. And then I won't mine on the Hiveos pool ever again. I am no longer mining on anything that holds my payouts. And I'm not going to mine any coin that is set up where they have to in order to justify profit. Just not going to do it. Nothing, it hasn't been good for profit lines. Okay, you guys know on this channel, I do a mine trade strategy. I mine to the short. So while they were holding my payouts before I started making this farmer a little bit bigger, I lost all that short on ETH because they had my money. So my ETH just got worth less without me making a profit on it being worth less. I lost more money than they're holding because they're holding my money. So I will not allow that. That's why I do the pro hashing thing. I pay a little bit higher daily fee, but I have access to my crypto to have my crypto making more money. I got my money making money when it's trading. And I'm trading blindly with bots. I'm not trying to predict the market, that the market's going up or down or anything like that. I got a completely different exchange strategy. Although I have to say, finally, Binance approved my KYC. So down in the description below, you sign up with Binance. Guys, I am going to suggest you support Binance.us by signing up with my link, please. Let me have some affiliate money, please. Make sure you like and subscribe as well because it affects shit. I know it's a pain in the ass on your phone. You got to get out of the damn screen to hit the like button, and you hit the like button, you think you've done me a favor, but you haven't. You got to hit the subscribe button as well. The YouTube does not give a damn that you hit that like button to show it to more people. It doesn't work that way. They use that number in a great big logarithm of what other people have liked, that taken the effort. So you got to. It's the like button's not for you. It's for somebody else, right? That kind of mimics your viewing strategy, whether you know it or not. But yeah, I'm getting out of this Hiveos pool because they're costing me money. $200 right now on Gate.io with my TradeBot stuff is right now $11 a day. They got my $200 and I'm giving them $10 a day to hold my $200. Now, I'm not making another $10. That's $20 a day, my mining operation and my trade operation. But they got half my profit sitting in their damn bank. I can't have that. Because now we start calculating my trade strategies with my bot strategies, and our $14 a day becomes $24 a day, right? That number that I started with, that I've been trying to keep in line with you guys. I got other stuff going. Don't worry. I mean, we vet this stuff out. And it's a we. We do some math around here. But we were at 20 days for a card. So 300. They're holding 10 of my days. You know what? And I'm going to show you here this too. So I'm at 12 days for a new card. That's 12 days to add $1.33 on. All right. So after 6 months of this, the growth acceleration is going. I'm not stealing any money for my stuff. It's paying for itself. If crypto blows up tomorrow like Twitter claims it will, or Joe go Brandon the claims it's all going to die, you're all in a Ponzi scheme. Yes, we deal with a lot of Russians, and yes, there's a lot of fraud. But hey, we're going to leave the Russians to fighting the Nazis. I'm going to throw some politics at you guys. If you don't know why the Russians are sitting on the Ukrainian border, it's because of World War II. The Nazis fled over to the Ukraine. The military standing up in Ukraine is literally the ex-Nazi party that was put in there. Uh, this is not disputable facts. This is not rumor or hearsay. This is who these guys are. They're the white supremacist type Nazis too. And they were taking over and trying to kill off the Ukrainians. They killed like 14,000 people in Ukraine that speak Russian. They're trying to force them not to speak Russian in Ukraine. And they were fleeing across the border to Russia. And Russia's got its military there. What you're seeing on the news has got nothing to do with what's happening on the ground. I can tell you right now, being an American citizen, we're on the wrong side of this. I'm on Putin's side of this one. And I don't like Putin. Hate him. I don't like Putin because he does have a habit of cutting people's fuel oil off in the middle of winter to get a political point pushed through. That's why I don't like Putin. All right. Not that he's not a social, a commie bully. He is. But when it comes to the politics of what's going on in that border of Ukraine, I'm for killing Nazis. I don't like them. What are you going to say? I don't care if Russia's the one that does it. This is this is weird. It's unique. The worldwide media, What are we going to talk about there? All right. Always a little politics with my stuff, guys, because money is politics. All right. It's freedom of speech. Money is politics. If you don't have the money to speak, you can't speak in this world anymore. That's communism. That is not capitalism. The only ones calling that capitalism are the people that are trying to promote communism. The As long as you're the guy with the money and the gun to stop free speech, you're the one that's going to stop free speech. Because then you don't have to debate anything anymore. You just get your way. But, so, we're going to be down to, because of my strategy that I employ, where I mine to the short, I'm at $12 a day for a new free graphics card and another $1.33 per day worth of income, or $2 a day worth of income with the dual mining. That's a significant bump. I mean, that means every 12 days right now, my daily is going up 10%. That's huge. Well, that number will decline as the network gets bigger. Okay, the percentage will decline. The fixed income is determined by the market, right? So, I am working hard on my own Ergo pool. I bought 3 servers. Why am I working hard on my own Ergo pool? I am working hard on dual mining. This is one of the reasons I've been deep into the dual mining, and I'm a little bit further into the stop blaming the software guys. Some of this stuff that's going on here has been answers to questions I asked because I couldn't dual mine the way I knew the card could. I understood how the card worked. I understand that there's multiple processors in a GPU, and we weren't in software fashion asking the GPU to multitask. And so I asked that of many, many places. We got into that when we did the CUDA research and some of the videos earlier, that I knew we weren't doing things properly with CUDA. We're still not. The mining world is very NVIDIA snobbish, and it's very new NVIDIA card snobbish. Uh, right now with this dual mining, an old 6000 RX 6000 NVIDIA, which was a 6 gig GPU, predecessor to the RTX series. It's got DDR5 in it. There is zero excuse other than drivers haven't been written to utilize these $30 graphics cards, which would probably make about $2 a day. How about that? How about a 7-day ROI if someone will bring CUDA 9.0, if you're wondering which CUDA, you got to bring the CUDA 9 drivers to older NVIDIA cards that are plentiful. These cards were $15,000 professional use cards once upon a time. They will not run a damn video game because NVIDIA just locked out the drivers. Someone's going to have to compilate the drivers. I actually sat down to try to do it, and I just can't do it like I used to back when I did game optimization things. It just, I don't even understand the software, what the software is asking of me anymore. Uh, I'm old, I'm retired, and I don't wanna. That's why I'm not doing it. I'm not a 20-year-old telling everybody I don't want to work my whole life. I'm just telling you, I've put my 80-hour weeks in for 40 years, and I'm done working. Um, I'm still doing more than than those 20-year-olds are doing, but somebody needs to go recompile. Hey, and one of you kids that's watching this that works inside one of these places that says, "Hey, crap, we could be doing ton at 2 gigahash on a $30 card." You know, yes, you could. Or we could be doing a little bit of ETH because it's big enough. A 6 gig card's big enough for ETH. Uh, or we could be doing dual mining of something else. There's money to be made in that old driver. Frankly, guys, if you figure it out, don't post it in a forum room, you dumbass. Not that it's a bad idea, because it's a really bad idea. Charge me $5 for it. I'm happy to pay you for it. Make yourself $1 million selling me a driver. And then charge me $1 for the update. Make it a subscription service. I don't give a shit. I'll pay you $2 a month to keep my profitable cards profitable. Honestly, it just takes somebody who knows how to compile a driver to go back and recompile the old drivers. And then recompile something like LOLMiner 1.43 or whatever the latest is with that new driver and put it in a zip format so that the common man like myself can utilize the damn thing. Make a fork of the LOLMiner. Put your own dev fee in it. Precompile it with an old driver. Put your own dev fee in there. Get 1% of what everybody puts out there. 1% of $1 million is a lot of money a day. You make something that makes a $15 card, $30 card, make money in. People are going to be all over you, paying you 1% fees. It's a no-brainer. There's a market need. The idea is yours. Feel free to contribute to my income with a donation, a vast, generous one. My money does go to my charities. I have things making money so that I can run around and do charitable work. Rather than beg for money, I earn the money that we make, and then the lessons that I learn while learning to earn the money, I pass on to you. So get in there and set your extra configs up. On the GitHub, go to the 1.43. There is, I'm not going to turn around and show you the link on GitHub where I found the chart because I had to dig my ass off knowing there had to be a damn balance formula somewhere. The fact that no one else has even mentioned it means that they're not digging, which means they don't know. They don't understand how the hardware works. They understand how YouTube pays them money if they get views. Be the first with the title. Don't be the first with the information. So, like, subscribe. I am not monetized on this channel yet. If you want to support my monetized channel, Gun Muse, just search for it on YouTube. It is monetized. I do make about $250,000 a year over there. That's one of the reasons I don't give a shit. And you know, while we're sitting here, I want you guys to know that I played with that tuning. I'm up to $9.54 a day. I'm going to break $10 a day on those 7 cards here shortly. So I was playing with that tuning a little bit. Yeah, B, everything's moving ETH. The ETH has been getting these spikes of increased profit because ETH needs the miners to finish until they go to ETH 2.0. They need them to keep mining the ETH 1 until it's finished. So the profits on ETH have been climbing again. Not because what's going to happen isn't going to happen, just because they need you to stay there until it happens. So people have been moving their hash rate to other places. Basically getting in on the next coin. Whatever the next coin is deemed to be, you know, the next ETH, whatever the next ETH is, everybody wants to be involved in that. I am been using my ASICs to mine XRP using my pro hashing system. I get way more XRP per day out of that and than I ever would from CPU mining. Almost about 100 times as much XRP out of an S9 ASIC than I would get out of a GPU running the same power. I'm sorry, not GPU, CPU running the same power. So yeah, that's definitely the way I'm stockpiling the XRP. And this morning, when this video is dropping, XRP went up 18%. So all that XRP I mined up cheap is now worth 20% more. It's a good thing. Oh, a whole bunch of you guys that are doing the dual mining and just setting up Ton now, not understanding that Ton's got a very, very high extraction fee, and it's complicated to extract the Ton back into the network, where you will then pay even more fees. So all the numbers I just quoted you are not a daily income number. Right? Again, I don't have to take money from my account. I don't have to pay the electric bill out of my mining money. I can pay the electric bill out of my bank account. Okay, me paying the electric bill out of my bank account is an investment in buying that crypto cheaper because it has a 5-ton transfer fee plus the network fees plus the gas fees, which are freaking insane, and that's why nobody wants to do business with ETH. See how we go full circle on this? You can't set a currency fee and not scale it down. You've got to have it be a fractorial of the US dollar. You deciding the US dollar is no longer going to exist doesn't make the US dollar no longer exist. It is the world reserves currency. It's a reference point for every currency in the world. So everybody who's buying your crypto or storing your crypto or mining your crypto has to refer to what the hell a US dollar's worth. Okay? I don't care how much you keep telling everybody you're going to get rid of this. It doesn't work that way. Not yet. So quit saying that it does. The 5-ton may have been a good fee back when ton was worth 13 cents. But now that one fund's worth $3, $15 fees aren't real good fees. That is the contracts that they signed with the people, the way they set their stuff up. Ton is very unique. Uh, they let people set up these little pools of ton. We're mining from these pools. And then when you pay a 0.2 ton transaction fee to get out of that pool, they're getting that fee. When you have pools who get quote unquote hacked or go down or whatever scare, people start transferring their money out every day and they get money per transfer fee. So they started getting a 0.2 ton per day transfer. In other words, they're making about $2 to $3 a week off of me doing daily transfers because I don't trust whether or not they're holding my ton properly. That's how fear makes profit. Okay, I'm guilty of it. I'm transferring every day. Yeah, and I guess I'm not doing it out of fear. I just like seeing my ton wallet get bigger. Uh, my goal with ton is to have 1,000 TON in my wallet securely. And then next year, if it becomes tradable, I will have effectively bought ETH before ETH becomes ETH. Okay. Once the trading starts happening on that stuff and there's fees and it starts burning up the stuff, it slowly starts gaining in value. So this is a premature store of wealth that I'm putting in here. I'm doing the same with Ergo, and I'm also doing that with XRP. XRP got artificially suppressed by the U.S. government, so I'm storing that, waiting for the trading. Uh, I need to check my cards here because I was playing with stuff. I don't like these cards being above 70, just so you know. There's a reason those are red flag numbers. I don't like these cards being above 60. Uh, but if they are not running full fan, which only the Hynix is. See, this one, I've got to turn this down. Simply because I don't want, well, two things. One, it's giving me great TON, 548. I'm at 55% of that card's TON capability. If I ran that card on TON alone, it'd be 1100 on that. Because it does ETH so poorly, here's my problem. All right, I got to go in there and set up a. Now, I will go in here and change this sheet because this one does so well on TON. I could probably get 12 to 1300, at least 1100 mega hash out of that card on TON without it getting hot. And see, there we go. We went down a degree. I'm hoping that little bitty drop there will take me down just a little bit more. And because this is a shared plate, now I may need to go in there and repad this thing. That because it's a shared plate, right? Look at that blank. That, my folks, was the reason I moved away from AMD for recording and went to NVIDIA's for recording, was that blink right there. So I'm going to go I'm going to go 1800 on this. And I'm going to remove some more heat from the shared heat sink. Okay. Now that we're dual mining, we have to think about both sides of this equation when it comes to heat. The fan is just cooling the heat sink. Where the heat sink is getting the heat is now a balancing act. All right. I hope I opened up some thinking in how you're going to tune your cards. I appreciate it. Thanks.